Hello and welcome. Today in this video we are discussing polygonal representation technique in image representation and descriptor for object recognition. We know in order to make computer understand the object present in the image, we have to first represent the object by proper representation technique. And from that representation, we will find out descriptor for that particular object, and this descriptor is used by the machine or computer for object recognition. So here in this video we are discussing polygonal representation technique. This is a boundary based representation technique. Now, as the name suggests, in this method the arbitrary boundary of the object will be approximated by polygonal. Let us take example. This is an arbitrary boundary of the object. Let us consider grid for easy understanding. Here we can represent this boundary with multiple polygons. I can connect any point and n number of sides we can get. So like this I can connect these 2 points, then next points. Like this we can represent this boundary with this polygon, or if I select another combination of points I will get the another polygon, and here n number of side polygon can be also possible. Now we want the unique representation of this boundary, so we need to add some restriction, or we can say we need to decide some criteria to get a unique solution or unique representation of this boundary by a polygon. Different polygon approximation techniques are available. Here in this video we are discussing 3 different techniques. The first one is the minimum perimeter polygon. Let us take this is an arbitrary boundary of the object. Now we will approximate this boundary with a polygon, and that polygon should be minimum perimeter polygon. The minimum perimeter polygon encloses arbitrary boundary by a set of connected cells, and these connected cells are obtained from 2 walls, internal wall and external wall of this ordinary boundary. So first we will see how to obtain the internal wall and external wall. Let us take a grid. Now the internal wall is this one, the internal grids of this boundary. So this is your internal wall of this original arbitrary boundary. So this is your internal wall. Like this we will obtain the external wall also. So this green line represents the external wall of your original arbitrary boundary. So this red line represents the internal wall and this green line represents the external wall of a arbitrary boundary. Now we will consider this boundary as a rubber band, and we will allow this boundary to shrink or contract within a set of these connected walls. While shrink, it has a constraint of this internal wall and the external wall. We cannot shrink the boundary below this internal wall. We have the restriction of these 2 walls, and your boundary should shrink within these 2 walls. The vertices of this polygon will create by the corners of internal wall and the external wall. That means this rubber band or this boundary you will treat as a rubber band. It will try to fit itself such as its perimeter will be minimum. Now let us see. This blue line represents your representation or approximation of this boundary with a polygon. We have considered this internal wall. We are connecting the corners of internal wall and external wall to obtain a polygon. Now I will connect like this. Like this. So I am using the constraint of internal wall and external wall to obtain a polygon. So this blue line represent our approximation of the boundary by a polygon, and here we are considering minimum perimeter polygon, means minimum number of sides of the polygon we are getting due to the constraint of internal wall and the external wall, and thus we will get the unique solution. And this is our polygon for this original boundary representation. Next technique, one more thing, the maximum error per grid is root 2d, where d is the dimension of the grid. Next technique in polygon approximation is splitting the boundary. Let us take arbitrary boundary. Now within this boundary, in splitting the boundary algorithm, we will select 2 points which are farthest points on this boundary. Let us take this point and this point, which are farthest point or longest distance from each other within this boundary. We have connected this farthest point by a line segment. This line segment divides the boundary into 2 parts, this upper part and the lower part. Now we'll calculate the perpendicular distance for all these boundary points to this line segment. Here also, for all the boundary points, we'll calculate the perpendicular distance to this line segment, and we'll choose the point which is the largest perpendicular distance from the boundary point to this line segment. So these are our boundary points, and we connected these boundary points by a line segment. Now the next step is we will find the perpendicular distance, and we have to select a boundary point which is the largest perpendicular distance from the line segment. So this is a point on a boundary which has the largest perpendicular distance from a line segment. Now we will compare this largest or maximum perpendicular distance to some threshold. We'll have to decide some threshold, and if this maximum perpendicular distance is greater than the threshold, we have to consider this again as a point and connect this point to the another point to divide this segment into 2 parts. So this segment is divided into 2 parts, this part and this part. Again we will connect these points by a straight line, this point by a straight line, and we will find the perpendicular distance, and we will select a point from this segment which is a maximum perpendicular distance from a line segment. Let this point has a maximum perpendicular distance. Now we will compare this maximum perpendicular distance to the threshold. If this distance is greater than the threshold, again we will divide this segment, and if this distance is not greater than threshold, we will not segment this segment. We'll move to the next segment. For this segment, we'll find the boundary point which is the maximum perpendicular distance away from this line segment. Again same step, we'll compare this distance with the threshold. If this distance is greater than threshold, we'll consider this as a again different point to divide this boundary segment. Again we will segment this. This is one of the segment and this is another segment. We will connect these points by a straight line. Again we will continue with the same procedure. We will find the maximum point on a boundary which is the maximum perpendicular distance from the line segment. We will compare with the threshold. Let it is less than the threshold, then we will leave this segment as it is. We will not divide it. We will move to the another segment. This segment will calculate perpendicular distance. If this distance is less than threshold, we will not divide this segment, we will leave as it is. For this segment, calculate the perpendicular distance. If it is less than the threshold, leave it. Otherwise, if it is not less than the threshold, divide this segment with a new point. Like this, we will find the maximum perpendicular distance for particular segment from the line segment, and we'll compare with the threshold. If it is greater than threshold, we'll divide that segment. If it is not, we'll leave as it is. And this is the polygon approximation of our boundary. These are the vertices of your polygon. This is the splitting the boundary algorithm. Now in this technique, we need to redefine the threshold, because initially we have considered very long segment, and then next time the segment get reduced. That's why our threshold should be adaptive. Next polygonal approximation technique is merging technique. Let's start. This is the arbitrary boundary. Now any arbitrary point on this boundary we can consider as a start point. We'll start from here. This is our start point. Now we'll connect this point to the next boundary point, and we'll connect it by straight line. Suppose this point we have connected by a straight line. Again we will consider the next point and we will connect it by straight line. Again we will consider the next point, we will connect it by straight line. Now we'll start merging the boundary point till the least square error exceeds the threshold. Consider some more points. So these different points we have considered. Now least square error exceeds the threshold means what? We will find the maximum perpendicular distance from boundary to this line segment. For each line segment, we will find the maximum perpendicular distance from the boundary. For this line segment, again for this line segment, like this for each line segment, we will find the maximum perpendicular distance from the boundary to this line segment. And we will define some threshold here, and if this maximum perpendicular distance is greater than the threshold, then we will consider the next start point is from that line segment. Now let this perpendicular distance is greater than the threshold. So next start point will be this one, and we will start merging the points from this boundary point. So next start point, suppose this one. Again we will draw the line segments to the boundary points, and we will find the perpendicular distance, maximum perpendicular distance. We will compare with the threshold. If it is greater than, we will consider next point, start point from that line segment. We will draw the line segment. We will merge the boundary point till the maximum perpendicular distance from that line segment will be greater than the threshold. So here also we will find the maximum perpendicular distance, and if this, let this maximum distance is greater than the threshold, then this line segment ends here. So this will become our next start point. These are the vertices of your polygon. Like this we will generate the vertices of polygon, and we will connect these vertices with this. So this is our polygon approximation with the merging technique. Each time we are merging the boundary point till the maximum perpendicular distance from the line segment is greater than the threshold. Difficulty with this technique is the vertices of polygon do not always correspond to the actual corners in the boundary. Means these vertices doesn't at the actual corners of the boundary. So here we have discussed 3 different polygonal representation method. First one is minimum perimeter polygon, then splitting technique, and the merging technique. Thank you.